Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today is another state crossing. We cross from Oklahoma into Kansas, but more importantly, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's right, we are stopping at Dorothy's house and the Land of Oz and staying in Liberal, Kansas. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Well, without further ado, let's ride. Today's ride was a pretty short one, just from Guymon, Oklahoma to Liberal, Kansas. But for those of you who like the real-time segments that I sometimes do, you're going to love this one because there were a number of sequences where I decided to capture some real-time video, including I had an opportunity to shoot some video of a couple of my fellow riders going past. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Today's ride was on May 23rd. I started at 8:03 a.m. The weather was 60 degrees and clear, with a feels-like temperature of 60 degrees. The humidity was 73%, and the wind was 12.5 miles per hour from the south, meaning that we had a quartering tailwind, but not such a strong and gusty one that it created any kind of hazard for us. Just made things a little bit easier. The route was mostly on Route 54 again, and it was mostly downhill again, and there were no Garmin climbs. We went 45.52 miles. I did it at an average moving speed of 15.8 miles per hour and a maximum speed of 25.4 miles per hour. I had a total moving time of 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 21 seconds, and an elapsed time of 5 hours, 8 minutes, and 39 seconds. Seemed like I spent more time at the Mid-America Air Museum in Liberal, Kansas, than I did riding. It ended up not working out quite that much, but it was pretty fun. We also had stopped in a town called Hooker, Oklahoma. They have a lot of fun with that town name. I don't know the origin of it. I'll probably look it up at some point, but that was a fun stop, and I stayed a bit of time there as well as we stopped at Dorothy's house in Liberal, Kansas. Anyway, my average heart rate today was 110 beats per minute, and my maximum heart rate was 122 beats per minute. According to Garmin and Strava, I only burned 834 calories. I hope that's not right because I had a bacon cheeseburger and fries and a chocolate shake for lunch and had chicken fajitas with all the fixings for dinner, so I consumed way more than 834 calories today. So we'll see. My average cadence was 61 RPM. My maximum cadence, according to Garmin, was 249 RPM. I do not believe that for a moment. I had a total elevation gain of 366 feet, according to Strava, and 495 feet, according to Garmin. I had 9,772 pedal strokes and an average power output of 88 watts. And here comes the first of the real-time segments. So Steve Harvey, who's on our trip, has taken so many great pictures and videos of all of us that I am so eager to be able to return the favor with this one. I just passed him a little while back, and it's time for my gel break, and here comes Steve. Say hi, Steve. And it looks like Rich was not far behind Steve, And so say hi, Rich.
Facing the wrong way, man.
And this will be a quick voiceover because I am coming up on the Oklahoma-Kansas state line, which I once again recorded in real time. It was an interesting crossing, not quite what I was expecting, and here it comes. All right, we are coming up on state line crossing number 5 and about to visit our 6th state on this journey across the country. We are coming up on the Oklahoma-Kansas state line. So far, we have ridden through California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and we're about to enter our 6th state, Kansas. After today, it's going to be about a week, maybe a little bit more, before we have another state line crossing. But this has been a treat, having 3 state line crossings in 3 days. Since we went from New Mexico to Texas, stayed overnight in Texas, went from Texas to Oklahoma, stayed overnight in Oklahoma, and we are about to enter Kansas, and we will be staying tonight in Liberal, Kansas, which is where Dorothy's house is. I think this must be the border here. I can see a line in the pavement. The pavement noticeably changes. And I see a county line sign. I'm hoping that there'll be a welcome to Kansas sign. I don't see one yet. I'll go a little bit further up. My bike computer says that I am already in Kansas, and still no sign. Oh well, that's actually disappointing. There was a sign. It was just about a mile and a half into Kansas, and so here I am at the actual sign. Well, better late than never. I did finally reach that Kansas sign. It's just maybe a mile or so past the state line. Oh well, see you at Dorothy's house. Anyway, real quick, before the next real-time segment, we started off in Guymon, Oklahoma, headed up Route 54 again, and headed into Optima, Oklahoma, and then Hooker, Oklahoma, where we stopped for a SAG stop, and I actually took a bunch of pictures at the gift shop. I actually bought a shot glass for Hooker. We went through Tyrone, then the Kansas state line, and then into Liberal. Here's more real time. So the cue sheet says we're about to turn onto the yellow brick road, and if it actually is yellow brick, I thought that would be fun to narrate. But here is yellow brick road. So far it's neither yellow nor brick. Maybe a little further ahead, we shall see. There's the Tourist Information Center. And this is the way to Dorothy's house. There is a sign, Toto eats Purina dog chow. Interesting little marketing there. Looks like I may have passed it. I'm gonna head back and see what they were calling me for. People stopping, and yep, Dorothy's gift shop. Looks like I went right past Dorothy's house, and here we are, and here are the yellow bricks. So yes, that is right. I almost missed Dorothy's house. I would have ridden right past it had my new friends not shouted me down. Hey, turn around. Anyway, after a short visit and photo opportunity at Dorothy's house and the Land of Oz, I continued on to the Mid-America Air Museum, which was fantastic. It was not what I expected at all. I did not expect such a great collection of aircraft in what I thought was going to end up being this little town. It is kind of a little town, as you can see, but they do have a great museum. They do a great job with it, and I bought a t-shirt at the museum because it was certainly worthy of a souvenir. Wow, I have to say today was an amazing day. The time we spent at the Air Museum was incredible. I have so many pictures for my blog post today, and I barely scratched the surface. There were so many aircraft I didn't bother even taking pictures of. Anyway, that was also a fun ride, I have to admit. What I remember of it anyway, because the Air Museum kind of overshadowed everything. Anyway, be sure to check out my blog. It is at allencoasttocoast.blogspot.com. You're definitely going to want to check out today's post. Just be aware that I usually write the post after I post the video. So when you see the video, give me probably another 2 hours or so, maybe 3, and then check out the blog. Anyway, until next time, stay safe out there.